Everyone, my name is Matt Jarbo. You're watching Stranger Days, and today we're going to be talking about wrongthink and associations with the wrong kind of person. And you know what I mean? The types of situations we've been accustomed to multiple times over the span of the last 5-6 years, it feels like, and the kind that aren't going to be going anywhere anytime soon. But before we begin, go ahead and slap on that like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post content all the time. Probably more than I should, but that is just the nature of the beast. But that being said, I want to talk to you guys about this new competitive Dungeons & Dragons tournament. A popular streaming production company has announced a new competitive D&D tournament as a way to merge competitive esports with tabletop gaming. Encounter Roleplay, a streaming channel that frequently partners with Dungeons & Dragons, has announced DNDSports, a new online D&D tournament. The tournament is billed as a way for competitive games to get comfortable with trying out Dungeons & Dragons, as well as a unique way to depict the versatility of D&D's 5th edition combat system. The rules are relatively simple. 2 teams of 4 will be placed in a dungeon and will battle to the death. Players will choose from a collection of 15 pre-generated characters, each with their own unique abilities and traits. In addition, the tournament will utilize a pick/ban system similar to some existing MOBA tournaments. That seems interesting enough, doesn't it? I mean, to me, that seems interesting enough, right? I've never played D&D. I've always wanted to get into D&D. This could be a way for someone like me who simply isn't big into it and maybe doesn't have all the time in the world to invest into learning it, a chance to kind of dip my toe into the water, right? And so it's something that caught my attention. What else caught my attention was the fact that they had announced that my friend Boogie2988 was going to be involved in a tweet here that says, "Welcome at Boogie2988 as the first player of the hashtag Team Beholder in hashtag RPG Sports. Boogie makes incredible gaming content alongside hilarious rants, sketches, and insightful advice. Maybe if we're lucky, Francis will make an appearance as well." Now, the problem with Francis is problematic AF. He's problematic as hell. And a lot of people out there at this point don't like Boogie, especially if you're on the social justice warrior sphere. And the reason why they don't like Boogie has everything to do with the fact that they think that he's a bad person because he sometimes says things that... Check out one of his live streams on Twitch at night. The character, okay, you got to understand this about Boogie. And Boogie's my friend, and he has said this too. He likes to look at it like this. Boogie approaches YouTube from the perspective of the person he wants to be, right? The idea that he is striving for, that ideal, that better human. Twitch, on the other hand, is where, well, it's edgy Boogie. Right, it's edgy Boogie comes out a bit more, and it's pretty funny. In fact, I'm not gonna lie, I actually prefer edgy Boogie over nice Boogie, just the way a lot of people out there prefer edgy Matt over nice Matt. But YouTube has a way of kind of putting us in that particular headspace, whereas live streams have the ability to allow us to kind of let loose and be a little bit more free and a little bit more open. But in regards to this particular situation, in regards to the response that was happening from a small minority, a group of people, some minority vocals, if you will, they were not happy with Boogie. They were trying to say that he is bigoted, that he is a bad person, that he shouldn't be involved, that he's not inclusive. And even though Boogie, with his over 4 million YouTube subscribers, was, if you go back and if you look at the original tweet here, they say that he is the first player of Team Beholder. Right. So from my understanding with this, it is more to do, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But it has everything to do with, he wasn't officially signed on to the stream, but like he was maybe going to participate. Right. And so as a result of that, like, he wasn't fully involved yet. I saw him going back and forth about this on Twitter a little bit. Didn't quite know what it meant at the time, but it kind of seemed like, if I can make it, I will make it, sort of thing. But he hadn't committed to it just yet. But it's a good thing he didn't, because after that small vocal minority got their panties in a twist, this is what RPG Sports put out there. They said, "We want you to know that we take your feedback to heart. Many of you were disappointed in our announcement earlier, and we sincerely apologize. Our goal is to give competitive gamers a way to feel comfortable trying D&D, but we want to make sure that you are comfortable as well. We have recasted, and we are ensuring that the participants from here on out will make you excited to see them involved. We will continue to listen to the community and do the best that we can. Thank you for your support." So yeah, they essentially they ousted Boogie. They booted him from a stream that he wasn't even confirmed to go on yet. But I think to be fair, I think Boogie was leaning more towards that. But the thing with the RPG sports or D&D sports and what they're doing here, it's a startup, right? It's effectively a new venture. It's a new thing. Getting someone like Boogie to come on board and to help promote this and to help make this a reality and to help see this come to fruition is one of the best things you could do. He's high profile, controversial or not. Boogie is high profile, but no, they did not want that. They did not want anything to do with that. So they ended up ousting him. And then Boogie posted this response saying, "So this week I get kicked off a Dungeons and Dragons stream by the LGBTQ community. The stream I had never agreed to be on in the first place. How's your week going?" Now, this is what he jokingly says he would have done had he made it. He says, "What I was going to do was say, okay, I roll for initiative, even though I think maybe the way we rushed in marriage equality is getting people killed, and I hate that. Also, I cast magic missile, even though we shouldn't engage with Nazis on their level, and we should rise above." Going on to say, "And before anyone flips out again, I have since been educated as to why that throwaway thought on that podcast was wrong. I'm glad you guys can get married. Love you. I just hate the bigots are killing you. But I guess, like you said, I guess the line you said, they were going to either way. They were going to either way." So my take on this, he made a couple dumb comments. His views on gay marriage need more fleshing out, so to speak. Boogie's known to make those kind of comments every once in a while, but I don't think he comes at it from a negative place. He has his particular viewpoint. His particular viewpoint is the one that he adheres to. That's the only one he can put out there. But it's never good enough because people always want to yell, they want to scream, they want to cry. Now, he says he's been educated on it, which is true. I'm sure he has been. But he's also been booted off of this thing in the first place. Now, I have seen Boogie come out and make the comment that, like, this is for charity. This is meant to raise money. And he might do a competing stream in order to raise the money for the same charity. Not too sure how I really feel about that. It kind of feels like you're pissing in their Cheerios because you can, sort of thing. This is a situation where I pretty much feel like this company, this is their action. This is the route they want to take. Let them take it. Let them say that we're only going to bring people in of which the vocal minority approves of, right? Which is then going to be very, very, very insular to that community, very much an echo chamber. And anyone else who has a difference of opinion is going to end up getting the boot because, oh, no, that's bad. That's bad. You can't do that. That's bad, guys. Did you know that's bad? That's bad, right? And we have to move past that. Like I went to MythCon a month ago and I was hanging out with Music Man Mike. We would disagree, and Chrisiosity, and we disagree on many things politically. Didn't stop us from just, chit-chatting every once in a while. And now I'm not saying genuinely enjoying each other's company. We never really got to that point, but there was no animosity. There was no anger. There was no problem there. It was just people hanging out at an event and talking. Politics doesn't have to take over every part of our life, every aspect of our being. It doesn't have to, but people like to make it that way. And when they assign you to your politics and they remove everything else about you, they dehumanize you because of what you believe. It takes away our humanity, our ability to connect. That's what I don't like. I have family who are Trump supporters. I have family who aren't Trump supporters. And it's like when you're kind of in the center on a couple issues, it makes discussing politics super hard to do. And when you try to remove that aspect of it, right, and you try to remove the politics and go back to the human front, sometimes people just don't want to do it because they're already angry enough as it is and they just want to stay there. That's kind of how I view this situation. I think RPG Sports was dumb to pull Boogie. I think Boogie would have been a big draw. I think they should have acknowledged it in a different way. Should have been like, listen, we don't agree with everything Boogie says, but we are here for charity. We are here for the same common goal, the same good, and maybe a conversation can come out of it. Maybe understanding can happen and maybe a middle ground can be found. And ultimately that's what a lot of people want, is that middle ground to be achieved. But because partisan politics and the hills that people choose to die on as a result of that end up being a larger problem in the general political discourse, it makes that nearly impossible. At least it does from my perspective. And I hope not. I hope the future allows us to engage in those debates. Like Politicon 2018 is happening right now in Los Angeles. And I do hope that those debates are happening there. Although I do suspect that for the most part, what we're waiting to see are a lot of videos of just general shit flinging from the from the peanut gallery because it's one tribe versus another, and we have to drop that tribalism if we ever want to see ourselves coming together to move towards the future. You can't have progress if you still have division and segregation. Anyway, that's how I view it. Curious to know what you guys think about it. If you made it this far in the video, let me know. I want you to type in Boogie into the chat there. Also, show my friend Boogie some love. Subscribe to him if you haven't checked him out already. I'm sure most of you have. And then also leave your comments below. I'm curious to read them. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Oh yeah, if you want to help support the channel, one of the best things to do is honestly hit that like button. And then, subscribe on Patreon. Check us out. What do you got to lose? $1 per month. It's great stuff. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.